Welcome back to Weekend Today on your Saturday morning. In a major win for the safety of children right the way across this country, state and territory leaders have now agreed to sweeping reforms. By the end of the year, anyone who fails a Working with Children check will be banned nationally. For more on this story, I want to bring in Independent MP Sophie Scomps and our very own Lizzie Pearl in the studio. Sophie, straight to you. It's taken a lot to get here to this point. Do these reforms, in your opinion, go far enough?
We're getting there. We're finally getting there, and it does sort of beg the question, why weren't these reforms in place much earlier? But I think it's great that by the end of the year, anyone who fails a childcare check will not be able to work with children going forward for a lifetime ban. That is good. 12 months was going to be far too long. So it's good to see, and also good to see that very urgently last sitting Parliament, the federal government got through those reforms so that the Commonwealth government can withdraw any subsidies, funding for childcare services that don't meet quality and safety standards. So we're moving forward, but I don't think that parents can see this happening quickly enough.
Well, that's right, because it's not happening right now, Lizzie. We've heard some shocking stories in the media recently, of course. Will these changes restore parents' confidence in the sector, do you think?
Look, it's a step in the right direction. My other job here at the Nine Network is at A Current Affair. We had a number of stories on this week from one of our reporters, Dan Nolan, in Queensland, where shocking cases of abuse were exposed. But the most disturbing thing about that story was the parents at those centres weren't told that there was a problem at their centre. And even the government's own website, where parents can supposedly go on and check out their childcare centre if there's any problems there, it's called Starting Blocks. If you type in the name of those centres, it was coming up with a green light. Yep, go ahead, no problems at that centre, enrol your child. So a lot of work needs to go on in this industry. Yes, this is a small step, but let's do a whole lot more work on it.
Agree with you on that one. Moving on this morning, the fight to abolish single-use plastics is going up a notch. South Australia banning the humble soy sauce fish container. Sophie, is this taking this plastic ban too far, do you think?
Oh, gosh, no. Give this person, whoever's responsible, nominate them for Australian of the Year. I think most people hate those little fish. But we need to phase out single-use plastics. We know that it's very difficult to recycle plastics. We have in our brains right at the moment, on average, 7 grams of microplastics. That's the equivalent of a small plastic spoon, and you don't need to be a doctor to know that can't be good for you. We need to be doing a whole lot more. We can't be leaving it to individuals. Governments need to step in and make sure that we are legislating things like levies, and that's something that I'll be calling for. It's a big issue. It's an issue for our environment and for our health.
OK, so you're going to be taking the issue of these humble plastic fish to federal parliament. I mean, on a serious note, should the rest of Australia follow suit, Sophie?
100%. So we've actually seen just overnight the failure of global talks to get to get a global treaty on plastics. That has failed because the petro-states, including the US, have blocked that. So individual countries, blocks of countries, need to be doing a whole lot more. Look at the sand behind me. Yeah. A whole lot of that sand is not sand, it's microplastics. We need to be doing this now because our use of plastics is just going up exponentially, and basically our planet can't cope with it,
Lizzie,
and neither can our bodies.
Very quickly, do you agree?
Yeah, I'm with Sophie. We're an innovative country. Surely in 2025 we can come up with a better way to distribute soy sauce than these little plastic things.
Frustrate many.
I know.
Finally this morning, hold that thought. Do you have a bad boss? Well, the hunt is on right now to find Australia's worst. Australians being encouraged to share their stories as part of a new competition. Sophie, let's start with you. I mean, you don't really have a boss, but maybe the Speaker, Milton Dick?
Oh, well, I've got to say, Milton Dick is, I think, beloved by across the Parliament. He does a wonderful job. He really does. He does it with grace and a sense of humour, and I think we're very lucky to have him.
Lizzie, to you, final word. $5,000 travel voucher on the line here. 3 sessions with a workplace psychologist as well for the winner.
Look, let's just say, if you do have a bad boss, you're going to need a lot more than $5,000 in 3 sessions with a psychologist.
Exactly.
I mean, I do like the naming and shaming that this HR company is doing, but why don't we reward good bosses?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like ours.
Yeah.
Here at the Nine Network. Sophie Scomps, thank you. Lizzie, thank you for your insight as well. Ali, our bosses are fantastic, aren't they?